Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Monday. Welcome to another live. I hope you all had a great weekend and I hope you had a great day in the new week. As usually at that time, my first question to you guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, write in the chat, write in your comments that you can hear, that you can see me. If you cannot see me, hi, I'm here. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Hello. Yes, I have a lot of, I can hear you. This is very, very nice. Perfect. So let us start directly with our topic for today. As you could see already in the announcement, we will do a little bit of technical topic today, at least a technical topic out of the resort view. We will talk today a little bit about reviews and as well about frequently asked questions. So the questions what actually you or guest in general ask our reservation office and what comes all the time again and again and again. So we can directly answer them today. Don't forget, guys, if you have any questions, I mean, we talk about questions today, yes, but if you have any questions, don't forget to write them in your chat, in your comments directly, so we can grab them up, we can answer them additionally, or maybe it is one of the questions what we had anyway on their schedule. So feel free to write anytime your questions in the chat, in the comments, so we can answer them. Okay, guys, let us start talking about our first half or the first part of the topics. What we have for today, we talk about reviews. As you probably all know, in the digital age today, everything is digital everywhere. You can make ratings. A lot of you get for sure emails or messages about rate this, rate that. Also for resorts, for hotels, for sure, there's a lot of platforms where you can review them. So now it's always the question why you should review this platform or these resorts, these hotels, especially why you also should review them if they were good. Yeah, a lot of people use these platforms for research, so they check what the place could be where they want to go for the next holiday. They check what I may have to think about if I book this particular place. So that's why platforms for reviews are very, very nice. Sadly, in the last years, so I'm not talking now in the last 2 years where nobody could travel because of our lovely virus. I talk now in the last years where business was possible from the resort point of view. Um, More and more people stop to review the places if everything was good or if the most of the things was good. This is worldwide a tendency where you can see the review, the scores from these platforms, they're going down, not because of the places were more bad than before, mainly just because the people are getting kind of lazy to do the reviews. Yeah, so everybody, as soon as something is not good, make a bad review. Everything is good. Oh, get lazy, don't do a review. So for us as a resort, it is really important for our business, for our future guests, that everyone do a review. So what I want to talk today a little bit about is the three major platforms where we as resort get reviews on it, and how they look and what you maybe can see in them. So one of the biggest platforms for sure is Google. Yeah, you can see here the normal Google review sign or the review page. How you can do a review on Google? On Google, you just go in your normal Google Mask inside, put in the name from the hotel or resort or place or whatever you want to review. And then if this is already a set up place, you will find the place to do a review. And you can see here in the top right above of the 4.7, there is a plus, write a review, and there you can do it. This is absolutely for free. The only thing what you need to have, if I'm not completely wrong, is a Google account. Means that you are subscribed somehow to Google. So now many people think, oh, I don't want to have a Google account. Probably you already have one. Yeah. So in that moment you use YouTube, you probably already have a Google account because this is the same account. So when we talk already about YouTube, don't forget, for everybody who is watching now via YouTube, we are live in YouTube, we are live in Facebook in our group. Um, for everybody who is watching in YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button. For everybody who is in the group and maybe want to check later on the YouTube channel, also for you guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button. This is also important for us to get more visible on the World Wide Web. So as you can see here, this Google review is the summary. Google have a system to review the places between 1 and 5 stars. 1 and 5 star, 5 is the best, 1 is the not so good. Yeah, so the bad one. This review here, actually, this is, as you can see on top, from Kudalaut Resort. I focus today a little bit more on the Kudalaut reviews. We also can check the Onong reviews. It's more or less similar, but I want to give you like a more proper line through the whole topic, so that we always talk about the same things, so that you also can compare a little bit. All these pictures, all the screenshots, what I will show you today, are public available. So that's why we not delete or black mark any names what is inside. So if anybody want to see that, you can just go to Google or to the other platforms where we will talk later on, and you can check them by yourself. So what is a review and what can you see in the review? A review in general is a text about the place, about your experience on the place. So you can write whatever actually you like. You can see here the screenshot. What I did here is, hi Selena. Selena, make a test. Yes, your test arrived, so all good. As you can see here, this is the last or the most helpful reviews what we have in Kudalaut. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. So this is the stars what we just talked before. So these are very, very nice reviews for our site. And as well, you have the text. In the text, you can write inside whatever you like. You can write inside what you really enjoy. You can write inside what you may not so much like. You can give tips and tricks for future customers. So that's a complete package that everybody can read them. Yeah, the 5 out of 5 is for sure very nice. We will also talk about this a little later as well. So, to finalize the Google a little bit, I just want to show you this one here, a little bit a bigger picture again. Kudalaut is rated from 5 points with a 4.7, what is, according to Google at least, excellent. I also hope according to everybody who already stayed with us. And what you also can see here is how many stars we got, or how many percentage of our customers of the 72 reviews what we have here vote with 5 stars, 4 stars, and so on. As you also can see, as every other place, not everybody is happy. Not everybody can be, or we try our best for every person. But as you can see, there's also people that were not so happy on our places. This is the life. We always look into negative reviews, but we also will talk again, as I say, later on a little bit. So it is not just everything sunshine here. Okay. As I already told you, by the way, cheers. I get a little bit of scratch in my throat, so I need to drink a little bit because I talk a lot today. As I already tell you, there's more than one platform. Google is one of the biggest platforms for sure. It's also a little bit one of the newer platforms, especially for hotel review. There's platforms, they do this longer. As example, this platform here is TripAdvisor. Probably you use TripAdvisor already. Maybe it's new from you. Maybe you hear about it, but was thinking that this is not existing anymore. People not use it. It's actually quite interesting how many people really use TripAdvisor to check their next location where they want to go. TripAdvisor as well here, it's not just for hotel, not just for resorts, it is also for locations, it is for airlines, it is for a lot of things. Yeah, as well, TripAdvisor works with a point system, and as well, TripAdvisor works with text. So similar to that one, what we just saw before in Google. You can see here, TripAdvisor don't do stars as Google make them before. TripAdvisor do these round balls, these points. So 5 points is good, 1 point is not so good. The nice thing also in TripAdvisor, what you also can do in Google, but is much more common in TripAdvisor, is that you as well upload pictures. You can see here from Louis. Louis wrote in September 2022, and he also adds some of his holiday picture on it, so people not just can read the text, people also can see the pictures of the places. So I like that. Also, it is a better review at the end, a better information source where you can check that out. As well here, a little bit the overview that you also can see. That one, I don't try to block here with my video the terrible one. It is a 1 behind. It's actually the same terrible review like we just saw in Google before with the 1 star. We have 2 from the poor. It's actually also the same 2 guys who make here the poor like in the Google before. And we have a lot of excellent, what is for sure very, very nice to see for us. You may know that we also can reply to reviews. We always reply to almost every review, at least if it's possible. There are platforms then when you just make like stars or just make the points, it is not possible for us to review on it. Especially also it's sometimes difficult to review because we don't know what you want to tell us. But if you write a text in your reviews, make for sure we try to reply to you, especially if it's a language what we understand, or at least we try to translate it with one of the translator programs. The reviews, they're not automated here, so we are not using a standard review like every review. Thank you very much for your review. We consider your information as helpful or something like this, what many hotels, especially bigger hotels, are doing. We really write the personal text back. Sometimes it takes a little bit time because when we are super busy, we may not find the time to really answer directly on the review, but sometimes we're also more fast, but for sure you will get a review. We also read all the reviews. Doesn't matter on what platform you do them, we read all of them, and I can guarantee you that every of the review we are consider as important information for us. Okay, so it is not just that we, when there's somebody have some critics on a point, that we just ignore them or something like this. No, we consider them, and we also talk internal here in the team about things like what we could make better in the future, and like that we try all the time to improve our own system what we have here. We will come now to another platform. This platform is a little different to the platforms what we just talk about. This is the platform from a big online tour operator from, we call it OTAS. Yeah, probably you guys know this kind of platform. It's called booking.com. Also, our hotels are listed in booking.com, and as you can see here, we just saw directly Kudala Boutique Dive Resort and as well Onong Resort with rates from Kudala with a 9.0 and with Onong Resort from an 8.3. These are really actual picture. I just take the screenshots maybe an hour or 2 hours ago, so they're really actual. So it's not something what we have from before Corona. So this is actual news. To show you that a little bit more detailed here, the reviews for, again, Kudala Resort. This is now the big difference between the other two platforms and Booking.com. Booking.com have not a 5 point system. Booking.com have a 10 point system. So 10 is good, 1 or 0 is bad. While also here, apologize. While also here, you just not give a general rating about everything. You have the options to um, rate several different areas. Yeah, our areas what is normally rated are staff, cleanliness, location, comfort, value for money, facilities, and the free Wi-Fi. The free Wi-Fi is a newer thing. Before it was just the top 6 categories. Now there's new the category 7. But when you do a review on Booking.com, there's also more review points. What you can do, you also can rate like how was the coffee and things like this. Um, this, in my opinion, is the most complicated thing to review, because sometimes we get review with the top 6 categories and everywhere we have like a 10, but the total review is, I don't know, an 8, just as example now. Yeah. And then this is because the guests don't like the coffee, or the guests don't like the washing powder, the smell what the towels have, or something like this. So, and this can affect also the general rating, because there is much more subcategories what you actually cannot see in the normal categories. So as well, what makes Booking.com, the reviews on Booking.com quite special is you cannot review if you not book with Booking.com. So you just can make a review when you really stayed here as a guest. So these reviews are not faked reviews, as some other platforms for sure have. Yeah. As example, on the other two platforms what we just showed before, like Booking.com or like TripAdvisor or Google, you can even do a review if you're not here. So if you don't like somebody and you know he is the owner of this place, then you can give a bad review even if you never went there. So other side, for sure, it is also possible for, as example, a hotel, that the staff review the hotel, so they have automatically like 100 reviews more because there's 100 staff working there, and everybody give a 5-star rating. This is also possible. So that is why it is important to also write text to the reviews additionally, and not just to the stars, because also for you as a customer who want to check out the reviews, it is, you need to read between the lines, what we always say. Yeah. So as example here we have from Booking.com also a review. You can see on top from Adele from Australia. You don't have to make your real name in Booking.com, by the way. You also can use a fake name. Mm, so not everybody know what that it was you. It was a 10. But also you can see here that you have the smiley and you have the sad smiley. Yeah. So Adela just give us a 10, so the maximum score, but there was still something what she not really like. Yeah. Um, so in that case, was the shower was difficult to get the temperature constantly. This can be a problem. This actually we checked already, and there was a problem with her hot water. And sadly, she not informed us while she was here, so we could check it already then and could fix that. So now it is fixed. Um, but she was still happy with everything and give us a 10 out of 10. On the other side, we had Ken from the United States here. Um, he just say superb. So as a English term for everybody who's not native speakers is like excellent, something like this. And he had just the smiley, so super friendly and helpful staff, very nice rooms, wonderful relaxing vibes. But you can see he don't make any negative. He just give a 9.0 out of it. We don't know why, because you can see in the text inside you cannot see any negative points. So probably this was a subcategory from the reviews what was apologize again, my throat is really itchy right now. So it was somehow the rates go down to a 9, but we not really know why. But you also can see for sure we reply to all of them and let them know what we do or what we look into it. Hmm. I hope I don't get sick. So right now we saw a lot of very nice reviews, yeah, but nice reviews are 1 point for sure. Also, as I already mentioned a little bit earlier, there is also sometimes reviews what are not so nice, yeah, so or not so nice, not so good. This is the better word to choose, yeah. As example here, we don't have to hide them because, as I say, every review is open accessible. So we had here recently a not so nice review with a 7.0, and about this 7.0 I will talk later a little bit more. And a guest who write negative things. If somebody wanna read them by yourself, you can just log in and check by yourself what is written there. I don't have to go now in the details here. At the end, we were a little bit confused with that review because also the points what she mentioned in the review are not really true. So we have an idea why she did the negative reviews, because she was not happy with some decisions what we took here, where we were in the right. So it's not possible to get a refund for something you have not a right to it. Or you cannot negotiate the price after you stayed somewhere. So price lists are there, and then you cannot complain after your holiday is done that everything was bad because it was too expensive. So you cannot ask them for money back. Um, but just one more thing to show you, actually combined with that review, and I say I don't want to go too much in the details for this review, is that this person actually did a review on two platforms. On top you can see the Google review, and down you can see the booking.com review. So on Google, the person gave us 2 out of 5, what in my calculation 40% is. So 2 out of 5 is 40%, 5 would be 100. In booking.com, the person gave us 7 out of 10, what in my calculation is 70%. So you can see, so these numbers, they are not necessary always what you want to tell. So this is the same person, did the same kind of review about the same holiday, about the same place, but it give two different scores. So if you guys are looking into to check out reviews or plan your holidays according to reviews, make sure that you also read the text, because the details are sometimes hidden in the text. And don't get scared because of 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever negative review. Always check a little bit the majority, and also check a little bit the latest reviews, because the latest reviews is most of the time how it is at the moment at this place. Good. So I want to continue with the second part of our Q and from our topic today with the Q&A. Don't forget, write in the chat, write in the comments if you have any additional question. I'm happy to answer them right now here live. And never forget, there are no stupid comments, or no stupid questions. So put the questions in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to show them and share them with the other people. Let us start here with the first question. The first question is, how much is a round trip? This is one of the questions what we have really regularly, and especially when I say we, I mean our reservations office. So especially Celine and Sonny, who will normally reply to the emails. Let me just check something. There's somebody write something in the chat. Okay, we'll come back to this in a second. So, how much is the round trip? The round trip is €40 at the moment. So €40 means that you get picked up mostly on the airport, got brought to the island, to Seladen, to the resort, and then for sure also back to the transfer location. I will come in a second back. And Facebook user who just sent a quite nice question. Don't forget, if you use Facebook, you should also activate the BeLive link so we can see your name. So right now I just have a Facebook user as name. So, but I will come back to your question in a few seconds. I just want to round up here this transfer topics, because the other question is also, how much is a one-way transfer? One-way transfer is €20, as it is the half of the €40. So according to our actual price list, it is €20 to go one way. So now you're thinking about maybe, so why you go one way? Maybe you go to another resort, maybe you do island hopping here, maybe you don't want to go back to Manado, or you want to swim home. Why not? So then you don't have to pay the transfer, but then you're wet when you're back on the airport. But there are possibilities, yeah, to not use both ways. The next question is, other than airport, which areas are possible for transfer and what price? So in general, it is quite easy. The prices I just mentioned in the two questions before are prices from airport or Manado city. So if you stay in a hotel in Manado, it is the same price like from the airport. If you want to check out here and want to go to a hotel in Manado, it is the same price, so it doesn't matter. So for us, it is just area Manaden, or as well, if you want to check out to Bunaken or to Manado Tua, it is the same price, it is the area. If you are going outside Manado, so let us say you go maybe to Banca, or you go to Lembe, or you go to Tomohon, Tankoko, wherever, then it is a little bit of a different price. This depends on where you go, depends on how far you want to go. Yeah, so we will not organize a transfer to, I don't know, Jakarta or something like that. There you have to book a flight, but to the airport we bring you. As well here, which jetty, pier, harbor to go for transfer. So this is also one thing what we had a regularly question. So we are using not Manado City as a pier, as a harbor, because Manado City is quite crowded. There's quite chaos all the time. So we are use not our jetty, but we use the jetty from the village in Tivoho. So the village in Tivoho have an own jetty. This jetty belongs to the village. So this is also one thing where we have all the time questions from guests. Can you pick me up there? Can you pick me up there? In the theory, yes. Yeah, our boat can go there, at least on the water. But the use of the jetty is not permitted to everyone. So the jetties are private, at least they are private to the village. So it is not possible for us to go on a jetty where we don't have the rights to it to go it. So we have to go to our jetty in Tivoho. Sometimes we have connections, sometimes we have agreements with other places, but not with all. So we cannot guarantee that we can pick you up everywhere. But if you are in the Manado area anyway, we will send you a car. The car will bring you to the right jetty. You don't have to worry about it, and we can bring you directly to the resort for sure. Yeah. People are coming maybe from outside from Manado. They maybe come by an own transfer, or maybe the place you stay have a transfer also, like we have to the airport, like as a standard fee, as a standard price. So where in Manado you can meet us, so where in Manado we can pick you up. As I say already, for sure in every hotel in Manado this is possible. On the airport it would be also possible. We also have our office in Manado, where it is also possible. It's a very nice place to also meet. It's easy to find for drivers who maybe not so familiar with the area from Tivoho. So it's also possible to meet there, and then you continue with our car, or for sure you can go directly to the jetty of Tivoho. Question what also comes quite fast, what I already mentioned a little bit. If another if I'm on another island such as Banca or Lembe, is it possible to direct transfer by boat? This is a yes and no question. Yeah. In the theory, yes, it is possible to pick you up by boat, but, and here's the no, but as we are in a legal company, we have also several rules we have to follow. One rule, as example, is a minimum amount of staff in on the boat. So it's not possible that we say, okay, captain, you use the boat and you go and pick them up in Banca. No, there have to be a certain amount of staff on the boat. As well, we use benzene for sure. So long distance is quite a lot of benzene, and in the today time, you know, all that benzene getting up in the price. So for sure, also with us, it's going up with the price. So it is a question about the price you're ready to pay to get transferred directly from Banca or from Lembe by boat to us. And as well, the weather can be a factor. So if it's windy or wavy, it's not the best option to do a transfer from, as example, Banca directly to our resort. So maybe even we say, yes, it is not a problem, or you're a bigger group from a few people where you can share the fee for the transfer, and it's not so expensive for the single person. Even then it can be that we have to say, okay, sorry, we cannot do it because the weather not allowed it to us. You can see there's a lot of questions about transfers. Transfers is for sure the most important thing, and this is actually also the point what the most of our guests are thinking about before they come here, and also when they hear how they come back. So here also, do you offer early or late transfers? How about the weather? Yes, we do offer early and late transfers for sure. The only thing what we keep our right out of it is to say if it's a early morning or late evening night transfer where it's already dark and the weather is not good, that we may recommend to the guest to stay a night in Manado, because it is not safe to bring you in the night with a bad weather there. This normally not happen, and it never happened until today, to be honest. But we still keep this as a backup right for us to make everyone sure that you know that this can be maybe one day a problem. Okay. How many boats does Celebes Divers own, and how many people per boat capacity? So we own at the moment 6 boats here in the Siladen area. At the moment, we have 4 boats in the water. Boat number 5 will go in the water in the next days. Boat number 6 is still as a backup. We not really need them at the moment. So I hope now many of you guys find friends and come here. Then we also need the 6th boat again. Boat capacity is something between 8 and 14 people. This is now not necessary diver. Okay, I say 8 to 14 people. This can be for a transfer where you have just some luggage with you. Then it can be maybe 12. For diving, for the diving boat is something like 8 to 10 divers as a max on the boat. Okay, so as well, so 8 to 10 divers as maximum on divers behind one dive guide. We have still the rule in our resort about 4 divers maximum behind the dive guide. So if there would be 8 people on the boat, then for sure there's at least 2 dive guides with you on the boat. Additional for sure to the rest of the crew. Also a very, very common question, and this is for me a quite surprise question because I not really need it. Is there a hair dryer available? Yes, all our cottages have air dryers, or you can request the hair dryer. So you don't have to bring your 2000 watt super power hair dryer from I don't know where to here. We have hair dryers here and you can dry your hair. Alternative is there's wind, just stay outside in the wind. They're also getting dry here. That's a little joke, sorry. You know, with my hairs, it is easy to dry them. What common facilities does each room have? Each room in our resorts, doesn't matter if it's Onong Resort or Kudalaut Resort, has for sure an AC, so an air condition, have for sure a fan. We have for sure 24 hours power, so we are not switching off the generators in the night or something like this. We have mini bars in all our rooms where you find drinks and snacks, but also where you can put, as example, like people who need medicine, they maybe want to store the medicine in a fridge, they can put it inside there. We have we have safes in our room in Kudalaut Resort, and we have a reception safe in Onong Resort where you can lock in your private belongings. Hair dryer, as I just mentioned it before, we have for sure all these towels, different sizes for inside, for outside the room. We have shampoo and soap and all these things, what is necessary for sure as well in the rooms. A question what is mainly at the end of the holiday important, this is how you can pay on our locations. We accept in general cash for sure, cash in Indonesian rupiah, so in EDR, but we also accept US dollar, euro, and Swiss franc. In case of US dollar, Swiss francs, and euro, make sure the bills are not broken, old, or something like this, especially if the US dollar, there are sometimes quite old bills around. We cannot accept them because we have no chance to change them. Okay, so make sure these are newer bills. As well, we also accept all kind of Visa and MasterCard. Now, careful for everybody who is watching from Europe. Maestro is not Master. Yeah, Maestro is a European system but works in a few countries outside Europe. In Indonesia, Maestro cards are not working. So make sure you have a Visa or a MasterCard, what you can bring here, and then you can not pay your invoice as well with the cards. For a diver, quite strange question. For a non-diver, maybe not so. Can I dive without a license? This is a really frequent question what is coming here. Yes and no as well here. It's a trick question again. You can do a diving course if you don't have a license. You can do a try dive, as example, what we call basic diver, where you can go with an instructor with a little bit theory in the pool and in the open water, but you cannot go as a as with the normal divers on the dive trips. For sure, if you do a complete course here, like an open water course or a scuba diver course, after the course you can go to the normal dive trips. But as long as you don't have a license, you can not dive with the normal divers. I know in some countries this is handled differently. In our resort, it is quite strict. So that's why also by check-in, we are checking your dive certification. And also a very important point, your dive insurance. So make sure when you come to us that you have a dive insurance. If you don't have one, we can help you to make one here. It's not a problem at all. But if you have already one, it's more easier for you. Also, a lot of travel insurances have diving covered inside, but make sure that you know that before you start traveling, that you are safe. So we also not let anybody diving without diving insurance. If you have more questions about the insurance, feel free to contact us on our email address, info@celebesdivers.com, or for sure also you can write in the chat or in the comments, and we can also answer there some more questions. So I want to come back here to the question what we had before. Facebook user, as I say, I don't know who a Facebook user is, but you are a Facebook user because you're not clicked the link with the invitation from Be Live, what is our app here. So Facebook are not allowing us, if you not give them the permit, to see who you are. So that's why you're like an anonymous viewer. How about if anyone has said on site that they are happy with you, but wrote bad reviews, most of which are not facts? What would you do, considering that it has made Celebes a little not nice impression for any future guest? This is a good question, and this is actually a big problem also for us. We cannot really do anything because all these platforms are not owned by us, so we have no access on these platforms. And maybe with a lawyer and a lot of money and whatever, you may can get these platforms to remove comments like that. But at the end, it is not worth the time. So important for us is that everybody who is happy write a positive comment. So if we have 5 positive comment and 1 not good comment, doesn't matter if it's true or not true. Most of the time they're not true or made made up. Um, then with more good comments we can cover a bad comment or a fake comment or something like that. For sure, also we reply to all the comments. So and if you read the replies, so as example, if you want to see, there's the one comment with a 1 star in Google, and I think also in TripAdvisor. This was a comment that was completely not true. And if you want to read my review or my answer on that review, feel free to do that and laugh. This is a few years ago already when this happened, but yeah, it's still a funny kind of comment from the girl in the time there. So thank you very much for the question. As I say, if you have any additional questions, write them in your chat, write them in your comments inside. If you're not clicked already on the link, no, feel free to still ask a question. Then I just don't know who you are. So you're just Facebook user, number, whatever. So, and good. Then let us continue with some more questions what we had here. Even if we're already quite late, I talk quite a lot already today, but we have just a few questions. I want to finish it because especially Celine and Sonny are happy if I answer the question already, so you don't have to write them by email. If you still want to write them by email, feel free to do it. Celine and Sonny also happy to answer emails, so no problem. When is the best time to visit our resorts for the perfect beach holiday? This is all around the year, and this is really depends of for sure in the, let's say, European winter season, December, January, February. There is a higher chance of rain, at least according to the statistics. According to the praxis, you can have rain the whole year around, but also there's a lot of sun the whole year around, and especially some rain makes not a bad holiday because it is then raining for an hour or maybe for 2 hours. You can play billiard, you can hang out in the bar, whatever. There's still a lot of other things to do for the hour, for the 2 hours when the rain is. And this is not rain like you may know from Europe that everything is cold and things like that. It is still very warm, so it's not a problem at all. Last rain, we had the big rain, then all the people jump in the pool and had fun in the pool. So anyway, they're wet, so they don't care about the rain, what came from up. Last question here. Can we surround the island of Ceylon? So can you walk around the island of Ceylon? Yes, you can walk around the island Ceylon. It takes you maybe about an hour. Depends on how many stops, how many pictures do you make. But the only thing what you have to concern about that is you have to go by low tide. If you go when high tide is, then you probably have to swim some parts because it's not possible to go on all the parts on it. So you cannot complete walk around. So when low tide is, you can really walk around. And for sure, also we can give you nice tips and tricks when you're here where you should see whatever. And then feel free to walk around. As well, you can visit the village here on Ziladen Island. And if you have some really special request to explore the island of Ziladen, as example, we had guests already, they want to see the school or they want to see the church or things like this, feel free to ask us. For sure, there's one of the staff who is happy to show you things like that as well. Maybe if you want to see the school, then we also can arrange something with the teachers here that you really can go also inside the classes and see how they do that. And they're also happy if you visit them. So just feel free to talk to us. We are not officially offer tours, but we can help you and do like an individual tour for everybody. Okay, guys. So if you have not more question, I even already have a lot of overtime already. So it's normally we say 30 minutes. We are like 45 minutes almost. If there's no other question what is coming right now in, I would say I wrap up for tonight. I wish you all a very nice week, and I hope to see every one of you next Monday again. Bye bye.